So at this point, we talked about installing your smart node for your VAV or VVT retrofit application. But what we didn't talk about there is what sensor you're going to need on the wall down in the space to pick up the space, the room temperature, humidity, CO2, occupancy, anything that you want to use. And that's where the multi-sensor comes in. So this is the multi-sensor. It has all those options: temp, humidity, occupancy, and CO2. And that's what's going to connect to the smart node. Okay, so what comes in the box is the multi-sensor itself. And on the back, it's got a 2-wire connector plug. That 2-wire connector plug is what's going to connect to the POR A and B port on the smart node. Then I'm going to have one mounting option, which is a toggle bolt option. So like this, it comes with the toggle bolts and the little plastic back plate to go with it. Or I've got this other option, which is if you don't have as much room behind there or you don't like the toggle bolt for any reason, you can use this one with a couple of drywall screws. So with that, let's talk a little bit about what it takes to mount one of the multi-sensors. So the number one option is going to be this toggle bolt option here. You see that it's got these long wings with a groove in here. So the way that that works is that you're going to take this nylon bolt, and yeah, it is nylon for a reason, so it doesn't conduct heat from behind the wall to the front of the wall. Poke it through, and then we're going to put the toggle bolt in, line up the little nut on it. There you go. And then before you stick it in the wall, you're going to want to kind of line it up so it's centered. You push that through the wall, and then you tighten it up using a Phillips head on the front. You don't want to over tighten it. I probably wouldn't use an impactor on this one because it is nylon, and you'll snap that head off real easy. So that's one option. The other option is this guy. So what you do with either of these options is you drill a 1-inch hole. With this one, it doesn't have the wings, and you also get a full hole here, which is good and bad. One, it conducts more heat from behind the wall, but the benefit is that it's easier to get my wire in and out of there. So with this one, you want a nice tight 1-inch hole here. You insert that, and you don't want any wiggle room with this one in your drywall. If there's wiggle room, the screws won't be able to grip anything. Once you put that in, if you have your own drywall screws, you just put a couple of drywall screws along the edge, and it'll securely fasten it. When it comes to snapping it on, first you're going to land your wires. So it's only 2 wires. Again, it's not polarity sensitive. This is the POR sensor, so it's power and communication. All you have to do is any 2 wires landed in there. And then at the top here, you see that there's this V. That V is the top. It can also be used to identify the very top of the hole. And what you'll do is you'll line up the top of your sensor on there, and it kind of guides it down into place. And what I'll do when I'm ready, when I'm all wired up, is just snap it into place, and now it'll be securely seated on the wall. If you ever need to remove it, it's kind of a pain actually, and that's on purpose. You'll poke up through this slot here on the bottom, release, push down on that little spring, that plastic spring there. You'll push down, and it'll come out. That's all there is to it. You're going to connect it to the smart node. It's going to identify the temp, humidity, occupancy, CO2. You don't have to program it. Just plug it in with those 2 wires, and it'll pick all that up. And that's the multi-sensor.